Welcome back, my dear friends of the universe, to another video where we talk about Fallout 4. So, how you doing? You good? How about the fat little family there? You good? Alright. Nice. Very recently, Bethesda Softworks released a very exciting video where Todd Howard himself talked about Fallout 4's character system, or skill system, or perk system, or whatever you really want to call it. Why they did this is most likely because there has been tons of speculation and questions whether we will see the old classic system or not, and there has been hints in the footage we have seen that Fallout 4 has something totally new to the series, and we were kind of right. First off, if you're not seeing the video that I'm talking about, then just press the annotation in the corner and then you can come back here and we can continue to have a bit more of a discussion and analysis of what we found interesting. In this video, I'm probably going to focus a little bit more on what I found interesting, but I'm very interested to hear your opinion down in the comment section and what you got out of the video. Everything is so goddamn interesting. So first off, in order to understand the skill system, you need to have some basic knowledge about how the iconic recurring base stats system worked, so we can grasp why people make such a fuss about it. Alright, so maybe you should skip ahead a little bit if you already know how this works, but I felt like it's important for everybody to know how it actually works. Alright, so I'm gonna try to explain it pretty quickly, at least as quickly as I can. Per usual in any Fallout title, you have the special stats, each letter in the word special representing a different attribute. S is strength, P is perception, E endurance, C charisma, I intelligence, A agility, and L stands for luck. In every Fallout title, these attributes have affected about the same things with small variations. But some things have stayed more true than others. The concept of what they affect has been pretty straightforward most of the time. Strength affects, for example, melee damage and carry capacity. Charisma affects speech options and interactions with all kinds of living beings, really. Intelligence affects your intellect and skills like science and so on. And then we had skills. The higher amount spent in a certain special stat, the higher some skills became, and every level up you could higher your skill in a form of 1 to 100 points. Skills varied from combat skills, active skills, and passive skills. Combat skills, for example, being a skill in energy weapons. Active skills, for example, being lockpicking. And passive skills, for example, being barter and speech. You also had perks to choose from. These were tied to the special stats and your actual level. Unlike skills, which just hires the effectiveness of a weapon class or your chance to make someone do something through speech, perks add some more fun and variety to the gameplay. For example, we had Bloody Mess that gave 5% plus damage with all weapons and more violent deaths, and Child at Heart, which unlocked many unique dialogue options with children. So the perks were just kind of fun extra additions to the game. And lastly, we had traits, which gave one positive and one negative effect to the player. Now, this system has been used in many different ways throughout the series, but has almost always had the same base elements to it. In Fallout 4, however, they are stepping away from the classic skill-based system by removing the skills entirely and focusing more on perks and special in a bit of a different way. There will be 10 perks that you can unlock for every single special stat, making it a total of 70 perks. But every perk itself has ranks, which adds something new to that perk. So instead of having the old classic skill chart, we have a perk chart. And I actually don't think this system is all too different from what we've seen before. It's just innovated it into another appearance, really, which I'm personally intrigued by, and it's gonna be fun to play around with it. I have to say that the perk animations kind of threw me off a bit. It just doesn't really feel 100% Fallout, but I guess that's just another thing to get used to. The element of being able to level up perks instead of skills is not what surprises me the most in this video, though. What surprises me the most is what we see just when we go into the perk chart. Above the 7 perk trees, we see all the different special stats. I'm gonna read from the luck training tooltip. Luck training. Luck is a measure of your general good fortune. It affects the recharge rate of critical hits. Now you instantly gain 1 point. And now to why this confuses me a little bit. In earlier Fallout games, you choose your special stats in the beginning of the game, then you have to basically live with that choice throughout the rest of your playthrough. There has usually been ways for like doctors to poke around a little bit inside of you and make at least one of your special attributes to actually higher with 1 or 2 points or something, but that's all been about it. Outside gear bonuses, of course. So this luck training, strength training, perception training, this is what interests me with this video. Is there now a way for you to max out every special stat? The way I interpret it is, yes. First indication, there will be no level cap. This means that we will continue and level up constantly. And the only reason why this might be is because Bethesda wants you to be able to max out your character at some point. No level cap basically means no power cap. And unlimited power usually leads to you being able to max out everything. As we saw in the video, it might be that we can max out our special stats by just distributing points that we get when we level up. It might be that easy, but I think that sounds a bit too easy. If I can speculate a little bit about this and come to a conclusion, I may come to this conclusion. When you make your character, you will have 21 points to spend into your special stats, increasing these stats from 1 to 10. If we use an even amount of points in these stats, we will have 4 in every special stat at the beginning of the game. Then we need 6 points in every special stat in order to max it out. Since there is 7 special stats, we therefore come to the conclusion that if we get 1 point every level, then we will max out every special stat by level 43. That's 43 levels where you only spend points into special stats, missing out on playing around with your perks, for example. And since there is 275 points that you need to spend into perks to max them out, if you get 1 point per level, you have to get to level 317 until you have maxed everything out. And this might be the case. But if I can take a wild guess, based of sort of when I heard the sentence in the Fallout 4 special video series Endurance episode, "Gone are the days of exercising for fun. Instead, you need to combine athletics with crucial survival activities. The greater your endurance, the further you can go." It might not say much on its own, but it got me thinking. And even if this is not true, I would believe it to be more fun if special stats got better through activities in the game and you got points for that other than just leveling up. Endurance, for example, would be leveled up by running, strength, maybe by carrying a lot of stuff, and meleeing people, intelligence from reading books and hacking terminals, leaving the level up system to only focus on the perks. Even if this might not be the case, I'm very excited to get my hands on the perk chart and play around with it pretty soon. Are you? Let me know in the comments below. There might actually be different ways how this works. Maybe we get more points every level, so you don't have to get to level 317 in order to max everything out. Might be the case. I'm just very interested to see how they actually are going to do this in order to make it as good and fun as possible. Also, if you want to hear the epic Fallout 4 theme song played by the composer himself, then press the link in the description. I say that I got goosebumps when I heard it, and yeah, it's pretty epic. I love it. I've always loved that theme song. Share and like if you enjoyed, and until next time, my dear friend Roonies, bye. In cooperation with giveaway links, one of the best places to get free games on the web, link in the description.